It does not get any better, any fresher than this uni right here. Today we are going to be living a Pacific Northwest outdoorsman's dream. Me and Derek, we're out here. We just pulled up to the coast, left early morning. You already know, if the sun is out, the boys are out. Today is the smallest the swell has been in like a month, and its smallest is going to be in the next foreseeable future. It's like 3 to 5 foot swell. Everything else around has been 10 foot plus. So the goal is simple today. Oh. Hey, yo, Chad, is it cooked? Still figuring this thing out. I'll explain in a sec. We're gonna try to target sea urchin. I've still never done a sea urchin catch and cook. So me and Derek are gonna go out, 10 sea urchin each, which is like the legal limit apparently, even though if you read Google it says 35. If you call ODFW, they don't know. Now to get talking about this van, let's go inside. My buddy, he owns a company out of Missouri called 27 North, and he makes these Sprinter vans. I met him last year. He came to Portland. He built a sick truck. We took it up to Mount Hood. We had a bunch of fun, filmed some content with it. And he ended up getting one of his vans from Missouri to Portland at a dealership. And he's like, dude, if you want to ever take it out spearfishing with you, take on an adventure, test it out, see if it passes the big water guy test. He's like, do it. So I took him up on it. Gonna make some, hopefully uni, if we could get some sea urchin, purple sea urchin on our hands. And if all goes well, should be a fire day. Let me show you guys what we got going on behind the camera. Do you guys remember this guy?
Spearo King.
Big Spearo King guy. Still Oregon state record holder. Hasn't stopped talking about it since the day he We're gonna do a little bit more of exploration diving today. We don't do enough exploring out here. We kind of have our spots we like to hit. And today we're going from shore, no boat. So we're gonna need to get in somewhere over there and kind of just swim and explore this area. We got showers. We didn't fill this thing up with water, and I doubt it's just sitting filled up with water. This is nice. There's one thing I would want in whatever rig I have for the future living here, it would definitely be a setup like this. Change in and out of the wetsuit, hot water. This would be a game changer for what we got going on. Yeah, it's been crazy. This is literally the first day since the last YouTube video I made on the coast, which was in November, of us having, well, of having a weather window. And Derek went out about last week for New Year's Eve.
2 foot visibility, couldn't see your fins, couldn't see the end of your gun. You could see your hand when you had it extended, but that was about it. My first drop hit my head on a rock. That's how I knew I was at the bottom, literally.
That's how you knew you were spearfishing on the Oregon coast.
Exactly.
It's just another day in the office. All gas, no brakes.
Oh, yes.
We don't have much room. I'm gonna park in there actually.
Yeah, you're good.
I could get used to this. That's all I gotta say.
That's for sure.
This would take the adventures to the next level. I'm not gonna get too excited about it because I only have it for a day, but I'm just saying this could do a lot for the fellas. All right, we just pulled up. We're gonna get suited up. Should be a good day. If we could get 5 foot visibility, that would be remarkable. Guys, the catch and cook we're trying to do today, I've been waiting for this one for a very long time. Like, this is probably my most anticipated catch and cook ever. And it's a simple uni. We have tons of them. I don't know why we don't collect them more often, but the more I dive, the more I'm trying to really utilize every dive. As much food as I could get out of that ocean when we're here, because, you know, obviously you guys understand it doesn't happen as often as we would like. Definitely want to capitalize and maximize and facilitize, strategize, clap rockfish in the head eyes. Some guy that follows me saw one of my videos of me putting on the wetsuit where we just use like random conditioners and whatever. And he's like, dude, you got to try this stuff. I don't know what it is. It's like a powder. It's made for putting on in wetsuits. And you just take like a teaspoon, mix it into your wetsuit. So we'll see if this stuff actually works. We don't have no bottle to mix it in. We're just gonna do a little. Oh dear. Is it as slippy as they say? Nice thing about diving with Derek, he does bring the container full of hot water. I would say right about the only nice part about diving with Derek.
True.
Okay, I maybe should have put a little more. Leg hairs got ripped. We went a little extra on the slippy. Derek said it's very slippery, actually. If I get stuck in this thing, yeah, okay, this one's a little more slippery, but yeah, this is better.
My suit is slippery as can be.
Dude, the last 2 times I tweaked something in my neck putting on that wetsuit. I think we may have finally got a breakthrough in gloves. Spear Pro sent me their new dive gloves, and they come with all this heavy duty padding. I don't know what it is, but Kevlar, yeah. The biggest problem has always been neoprene rips really easily, especially when you start shoving it in link-codded gills and whatnot. Shout out Spear Pro. If you guys want any other gear, I'm gonna start linking a lot of the products I use in my, because a lot of you guys ask for link codes, and some of this stuff I'm gonna start trying to get discount codes for you guys, like 10%, 15% off, because I use this stuff regardless. I'm sure the brands would like the advertising, so I'll link Spear Pro below. I already have a discount code with them, and then some of the other stuff I use in videos I'm gonna start dropping in the description for you guys. We're going out 16 pounds. That's about average weight here, especially today. We're probably not gonna be diving too deep, probably nothing over, actually I don't know what the ground is like here. He's wearing 26 pounds, but also he's wearing a 9mm wetsuit, weighted vest, ton of weights. That's outrageous. That's not bad. They even got a rope for you here. As long as if I lose something out of my backpack, can y'all tell me please? We're still doing good. That swell is looking good, bro. We got waterfall there, waterfall there. Come on, bro, you gotta admit, diving into the Pacific Northwest is a grind, but it's like, it's as beautiful as it gets. Where else can you just be diving under waterfalls? I'm sure there's probably other places. Don't start quoting me and getting all crazy, but it's beautiful. I just really hope the visibility is even the slightest bit manageable. Nothing worse than doing all this, prepping, driving out, putting gear on, getting in, and it's just soup. You can barely see your fins, which that's the case majority of the time. Yeah, buddy! I love the optimism, but that is right about as bad as it gets. We're in good territory, boys. We're gonna hop in. Viz looks like absolute soup, but hopefully it gets a little better once we get out there a little bit more. So we swam out pretty far. I don't know if you can even see the shore over there, but water is very, very murky. So we knew going into this thing, before we even drove out in the morning, that visibility was going to be bad. The seas have been 10 to 30 foot the whole past month, and this is the first small day we've had in over a month. Yeah, that's about as bad as it gets. That's bad.
Current down there too.
Yeah. What if we went in when there's a little shallower, like 10 feet, and try to find some sea urchin there? So let's do one up, one down at the buoy.
Yeah, okay.
It was about 3 to 5 foot swell on this day, and that's just not enough time for the ocean to settle down and for the visibility to get decent. But, you know, we were hoping for at least 5 feet. And once we got in at the surface, you could still see like 3 to 4 foot, 2 to 4 is very hazy. But once you drop below that 10-foot mark, it was just a mess. All the stuff was still really stirred up from the reef, and they just got dark and hazy. Like that first drop, I took it to 32 feet, I think, and the camera still makes it look like I could see something. But I promise you, I was like in a blind haze. I was like, all right, this is like, we're not seeing anything down here. With flashlight, without, And to make things even better, we're only a couple miles away from where I spotted that great white last month or a month and a half ago. So that was very comforting diving this water, knowing that great white is lurking somewhere around here. But we went in a little shallower just so we could have a little bit more light down there. And we started finding the sea urchin, and the DJI is doing a very good job of making it seem like the visibility is better than it really was down here. But solid 1 foot, I could barely see a foot in front of my face of what I was looking at. This was definitely the worst visibility I've ever dove. And I honestly didn't think I could get that beat in our waters here. But you'll hear me kind of talk about it in the video. I don't know why they have a 10 per person limit on the sea urchin. Even though purple sea urchin are native to the West Coast, they're completely out of control when it comes to their population. Their natural predators basically died off. It's the sea star and the sea otter. And for whatever reason, these things are just destroying the kelp forest, and they're actually an issue out here. And they even host these events for divers. They just come out with a bunch of hammers and start smashing sea urchins. So for them to put a limit on this whole thing kind of makes zero sense. And not only that, but one of the guys from ODFW told us that we can only dive for urchin 3 feet under the natural sea level. So for example, we're diving a plus 7 foot high tide right now. So we can only harvest sea urchin over 10 feet. So a lot of rules. Be careful when you go out. I don't know why they have all these rules, especially for how abundant these sea urchin are, but I'm sure they have their reasons. But just keep that in mind if you guys ever decide to go out and try to harvest sea urchin. Like that. The boys are definitely getting after it. That's all I gotta say. By far, some of the worst vids we've ever done. Okay, let's eat one. Guys, we're gonna do we're gonna do the fastest taste test right now. See what we're dealing with here.
This big water guy, does it get any fresher than this?
Straight up. Guys, it does not get any better, any fresher than this uni right here. Let's really see what we're working with here. That's fire. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell, this swell is not really making anything easy for us. Here. Dude, bro. He just keeps whacking me on the head. This is outrageous. I think we're done here. We got our 10 each. We're gonna head back to shore and make a fire meal right now. This is actually first meal of the day. Pretty chronic. Dude, this bag is heavy. The tide is definitely sucking out very hard, and you can feel it. It's a 7 foot exchange right now, so it's going from like 7.3 feet down to 0.3, and we're right in the middle of it. So I'm kicking pretty hard for about 10 minutes now, and I'm making very little progress. So just, if you ever do go out, when you do go out, make sure you know your charts, make sure you know what it's doing. This is a pretty aggressive exchange, but we didn't go out too far and the waves aren't too big, so we should be able to get in fine. But it is rowdy. Getting smoked right now. Especially pulling this whole bag and float with guns and everything. This is definitely a little hairy of a situation. I'm a strong swimmer, and I've been kicking as hard as I can for the last 20 minutes. And it really feels like I've been kicking in one spot this whole time. But we're almost there, dude. I'm sweating. Smoke, bro. That was such a far swim. That wasn't far, that was such a long swim. You guys see how they're walking? All their little tentacles or spikes are moving, and they're like doing a little crab walk. That's crazy. Look at this one. That was all it, walking and tipping the weight. Yeah. Now, I'm honestly sweating in this thing. Water was 51 degrees, but after that swim, And now this walk back, sweating. Freshwater rinse. Whoa. Ah. Brain freeze, brain freeze, brain freeze.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're gonna do a little taste test on the Urchin. See if it was worth the struggle today. This is called uni. Very prized meal. Typically at a sushi restaurant, you pay a lot of money. So we'll see what it tastes like here. Fire. Very, very fire, actually. Very sweet. I'd say it was worth the struggle. Nice thing about diving the Oregon coast, we got freshwater waterfalls right on the ocean, so you just rinse off all your gear right here. Dude. Yeah.
I think I've seen you. You were just in Clear Lake.
Must be dry. Definitely get these That's a wrap. We're gonna try to find a spot to set up, get a nice view going. I think it's funny, we both have dove very, very bad water. And I don't think we thought it could get any worse, but it did. Because not only did you have bad visibility, like the top was fine, it was maybe like 3-4 feet. Once you got to the bottom, it was just all stirred up. So along with the bad viz, I mean, you saw it in the video. I'm sure the cameras made it look better than it really was, but didn't get the 5 feet you were looking for.
Atrocious comes to mind.
Not a single fish was seen. Usually we could like tough it out and try to like, you know, shoot something will come, but that was...
For a little bit there, I was more concerned we'd even be able to find sea urchin. That's how bad visibility was.
Straight up, bro. One of the most beautiful coastal towns in our area. It's the home to the world's smallest harbor. So right ahead, there's gonna be a little bridge we're gonna drive over, and there's a tiny little harbor. Here it is, the world's smallest harbor. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie, we got a good thing going here right now. This is gonna be our spot. We're gonna clean up all the uni. Derek's reminiscing on life right now. I think we got like, I don't know, 15, 16 here, because we already ate a couple. Limit is 20, well, 10 per person, so we have 20. We got 20. I think it's pretty dumb. I don't understand why there's a limit to begin with. We got rice in the rice maker. So that's going. And all we're doing is we're gonna make basically uni nigiri. Just a little rice, put uni on top, smash it. I got some spicy mayo. Should be fire. I think anything will be fire at this point. The boys are starving. So I'll show you guys how we crack these open, how we clean them out. We got a little bit of water, gonna rinse them out. So honestly, we don't eat uni enough. But all I know is a good way is you put it down the middle on this side, on their bottom belly, and it would be easier if we had more utensils, but you can give it a half cut and then you're left with a lot of guts. And obviously the only thing we're going for is this orange stuff. Some of that's nice. That's what we're going for right there. Yeah, some of these are nice, a little bigger. A lot of other stuff going on in here that doesn't smell too nice. It actually looks nice. A little soft. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's their mating season and they get a little gooey and it's not as firm. But honestly, these are nice. These are nice and big. I like that. We're gonna try to attempt somehow to clean this uni. So what we're gonna do is we have our uni. We try to clean it as best as we could, and we're just gonna put this uni on top. I try to cake it as much as possible. Get the most punch out of each bite. We're not gonna go much on aesthetic right now. More on, are the boys gonna be fed? That's what matters at this point. This one,
Serious business.
this is aggressive. Almost a bit nervous right now.
As you should be.
It's a lot to take in. No, honestly, if you're very sensitive to like smell, seafood stuff, raw, texture, I don't think you're gonna like it. Me, I personally don't mind that stuff, but the smell is getting me. I haven't washed my hands after cleaning the uni. It's giving off a very strong aromatic presence. No, that's pretty good. I think it's definitely an acquired taste. Not for everyone, for sure.
Was it sweet?
It was sweet, it was salty.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, that was a lot of uni to take in, I'm not gonna lie.
I think I almost just prefer eating it by itself.
Really? It is really good raw. Like, I'm not, there's nothing you can say about that. A little spicy mayo, I think a little sauce is gonna do the trick. We're getting somewhere. Plan B, crispy rice. We got the rice on. If this works like it should, as we have it imagined, this could be good. Yeah, it's starting to crisp up a little, that's good. No spatula though, not much, like, I would say, like, you know, a little underprepared for this situation, but crispy rice is turning into burnt rice because we have no oil of any kind. Take this, we're gonna take some uni. The crispiness definitely does it.
Yeah, I thought it would.
This is going great. I like that more than what we did originally. I think we're going to smash the rest of this. We kind of have a lot of uni. More uni than I expected. Definitely, like, if you're a chef or likes presentation, you're probably cringing to the max right now, but this is right about as good as it's going to get for two guys who have no culinary skill. Just a little catching skill. It's an aggressive. Honestly, pretty mixed reviews on the uni. I was really looking forward to it. It tasted really good in the water. It tasted really good raw. With the rice, it was good. Was it as good as I thought? Honestly, not really. It was a little better with the crispy rice. So we're gonna chill out, drive slowly, hit a couple spots, maybe grab some coffee. I did crash the drone. It's a new drone I'm testing out. Company sent it to me. Honestly, I told them I'd use it first and let them know how I like it. It was a bit laggy. I used it. It literally crashed. It's totaled. We picked this RV up from RV Country in Tualatin, Oregon. So we're gonna take it back there tonight. Shout out 27 North for letting us take the whip. It's been really nice, honestly. I think in the future we're gonna have some van of some kind. It'd be sick to have this one, but we'll see. That's sick. Squad. The Eagle has landed. We made it back to RV Country. Honestly, this thing was a blast. I feel like this was good motivation to spend the day in it. Get the boys fired up to hopefully soon be running something like this on their own, because this is exactly what the boys need to be slaying big fish. So thank you 27 North, thank you RV Country. Today was a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.